All right, what is up? Welcome back to another video on the channel. I haven't made a YouTube video in a minute, and I know this is like a really weird return, me being in a car, but I want to do something different, man. So today, I kind of wanted to talk about building discipline, right? And especially like why building discipline in most standard cases is really only as hard as you make it out to be. And to kind of explain this, I want to give the concept of adding and reducing friction in between the things that you're trying to do, right? So to give you an example of this, when it comes to let's say something you don't want to do, right? So something that you may not want to do, like waking up early and going to the gym, right? Actually, you know what? Let's flip that. I want to use something that you don't want to do because you don't want it to hurt or, defect your life. So having a unhealthy diet, let's use that example, right? When it comes to eating food, especially if you eat a lot of food, you're trying to cut it down. And it's already hard enough to just convince yourself not to eat food that's in the fridge, like especially if it looks really good, like ice cream, candy, whatever the case is, right? If it's there, you're gonna eat it. If it's there, you're going to eat it. You're gonna try to at least, get you a couple of bites in, like, oh, okay, I'm not eating the whole thing, so it's not that bad, but it stacks up over time, right? So the example I want to use when it comes to adding friction in between something you don't want to do is basically making it harder to get to that thing, right? Because your whole goal is to basically make it so that it gets so hard to do the thing, you don't do it at all. That's basically the whole idea of adding friction to something. So when it comes to the bad food, instead of just simply thinking, okay, well, I'm gonna just not touch it, get rid of it entirely. Now, obviously, you can still, if you really wanted to, like go to the store and buy some more, but you already know that that's what you have to do in order to get it there. It's not already in your refrigerator or wherever you're at. And depending on the task that you have to do to get it, it can be so annoying you don't want to do it no more. So now that we have the idea of what it means to like add friction to bad things, let's talk about reducing friction for good things, right? So let's take going to the gym, for example. We're already kind of like on health, so we're just going to keep backtracking with that. But when you go to the gym early in the morning, it sucks, right? It's terrible. I know. I'm trying to get into it again. Typically nowadays, if I don't go in the morning, I try to go like midday, but it sucks to do general long term, especially like in the morning. But when you're going to the gym in the morning, the hardest thing to do is get there, right? That's the hardest thing. Once you're in there, you get your little session in 1 to 2 or 3 hours. If you work 3 hours in the gym, you're a different breed. I don't know how you do it, but shout out to you. But if your hardest thing to do is get into the gym, then making going to the gym easier is going to just improve the success rate of everything, right? So how do you make going to the gym easier? First of all, you get the things you need to go to the gym ready. You get them already set. Right. And I know that sounds kind of obvious. You're like, oh, of course I would have just got it. Yeah, I know. But you'd be surprised how easy it is to wake up in the morning, especially like 5 or 6 a.m. and try to rummage through all your stuff, trying to make sure you got your pants and your shoes, your compression shirt, whatever the case is, trying to get all of that ready before you have to run out to the door. It can happen. It can. I don't care what nobody says. It can happen. Let me adjust this camera because I'm looking kind of crazy right now, but I'm gonna still keep it going though. But you can basically make it so that you have almost everything that you need prepared before you go to the place. And I know that sounds kind of redundant. It's like, oh my, of course I can have that ready. I already probably do, and that's great. But you're kind of missing the idea of it, right? Is that you're supposed to basically make it easier to get done what you need to get done. It's really kind of self-explanatory, right? But it's getting that thing done and getting out there in the first place that ends up being like the hardest part for a lot of people, myself included. I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal. I know when you watch videos like this on social media, like you're almost automatically like, oh, you're saying it like it's easy. I'm not. Believe me, I'm making these videos for me and you, right? I'm gonna look back on this in like hopefully 5 years, and I'm just be like, yeah, okay. Say I see what I might have been on. I'm gonna see how I stack up to where I am now, right? But ultimately, I want to be able to create a system that works for me to be able to get done what I need to get done in a much faster and efficient rate. Because at the end of the day, if I'm already out doing the thing, I'm going to succeed with it, right? As long as I just get out there. The hardest part is getting out there for a lot of people, myself included. So just understand that if you make it easier to get and do the thing, you're going to be more successful with it. Promise you. But this is a random little car rant. This is so random, but I wanted to make this video. So if you do enjoy it, make sure you give it a like, subscribe. If not, it's cool. I don't really care. Yeah, I appreciate it. Have a good day.